Have you guys been explicit so far about wanting to win a championship this year? And
Yeah, I mean,
What's up, everyone? The biggest stories in sports with no filter, no fluff, just facts and real talk. Today,
He'll say a couple of things. Do I expect Asia Wilson to be Asia Wilson again this year? Yes.
we're diving deep into a narrative that's sending shockwaves through the WNBA. The so-called bullies of the WNBA are panicking. Why? Because Caitlin Clark, the rookie they said wouldn't last, the girl they tried to intimidate, is now leading the MVP race in 2025. That's right. This isn't just hype. This is history.
Let's start with our 2025 WNBA MVP, and that has to go to the one and only Caitlin Clark.
You're going to want to stick around to the end of this video because we're breaking down how Caitlin is changing the entire WNBA landscape, exposing haters, and rewriting what it means to be a rookie in professional sports. Let's get into it.
She broke the record for assists. I don't think people really understand how crazy that is to do as a rookie, your first year doing this.
The rise of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark didn't just arrive in the WNBA. She exploded onto the scene. Drafted number 1 overall by the Indiana Fever, the expectations were sky high. Some said she'd struggle with the physicality. Others said she'd be a welcome to the league victim. But from day one, Clark proved she was built for this. She entered the league not just as a scorer, but as a leader.
Clark at 5 is crazy to me, and it's crazy to me just off the rip because if we look at the MVP voting from last season,
Her poise, her passing, her basketball IQ, all elite. The transition from college to pro is brutal for most players. For Caitlin, it looked seamless. In just her first few games, she was already leading the team in points, dishing out assists like a seasoned vet, hitting logo threes that made defenders shake their heads in disbelief. But what truly set her apart was her confidence.
Real point guard for the people, 3-time All-American, 2-time Naismith Player of the Year, 2-time AP Player of the Year, all-time leading scorer.
The same confidence that got her national prominence at Iowa. That fire, that swagger, it wasn't arrogance. It was earned. The WNBA's cold welcome. But let's keep it real. The league didn't exactly roll out the red carpet. From training camp scrimmages to preseason games, veterans were gunning for her. And we're not just talking hard defense. We're talking elbows, shoves, trash talk, cheap shots, and isolation.
And I told y'all this last year. Well, I didn't tell y'all this last year on air, but
There were moments where it was obvious they wanted to humble her. Why? Because Caitlin Clark represented a changing tide. She brought mainstream attention, millions of new fans, packed arenas, and record-breaking viewership. That didn't sit well with some vets who felt she hadn't earned her stripes yet. Some players, and even some coaches, started labeling her a media darling, suggesting she was overhyped. Others made cryptic posts or gave shady quotes to the press.
My God, Sophie's a dog. She just is, she's a competitor. She's versatile, so she allows us to do different things. She plays with such a toughness.
But instead of backing down, Caitlin did what champions do. She let her game speak louder than the noise, leading the MVP race. Now let's talk numbers, because facts don't lie. Just a few weeks into the season, Caitlin Clark is leading the MVP conversation. Here's what she's doing. Averaging 23-plus points per game, top 5 in assists league-wide. Shooting nearly 40% from 3, including deep-range bombs. Leading rookies in all major statistical categories. Dragging the Indiana Fever into playoff contention. That's not just impressive, that's MVP-level production, not Rookie of the Year MVP. And let's not forget, she's doing all this while being the primary focus of opposing defenses.
You have a Natasha Howard and a DeWanna Bonner that can just straight up go get their own bucket, and they're huge.
Teams are throwing double teams, traps, full court pressure, everything short of sending security guards to stop her. But nothing's working. She's still torching them. Why the league is panicking. So why are the so-called WNBA bullies panicking? Simple. Caitlin Clark is exposing a truth they didn't want to face. For years, the WNBA struggled with low ratings, low attendance, and low mainstream interest. That's not on the players. It's on marketing, media coverage, and league leadership. But Caitlin Clark changed all of that in 1 year. She became the face of the league before she ever stepped on a pro court. And once she started delivering night in and night out, suddenly, the spotlight got hot. Some veterans saw this and didn't embrace it. They resented it.
I think Clark being in the MVP conversation is kind of the baseline at this point. You know, she's already been that good.
Why? Because a rookie was getting attention they'd never had in their careers. But instead of seeing it as a win for the league, they saw it as competition. Now that Caitlin's proving she's not just a star, but the best player in the league right now, that panic is turning into public frustration. The league is shifting. The old guard is on notice. And fans are watching it all unfold in real time. The fan explosion. Let's talk about the fan base. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring casual viewers. She brought in millions of loyal, engaged, and passionate fans. The Fever are selling out arenas on the road. WNBA merch sales are skyrocketing. Her jersey is #1 in the league. Social media engagement has exploded. Networks are scheduling more Fever games in prime time. And guess what? It's not just Iowa fans or women's basketball fans. It's NBA fans, young girls, college hoop fans, international audiences. Everyone is tuning in to watch Caitlin Clark. She's become the engine of the league's new era. And some folks, especially the ones who dominated the league quietly for years, don't know how to handle it. Media and narrative war. Now here's where it gets real spicy. The media battle.
You know, everybody knows we have so much talent, but at the same time, like, you got to put that together. It's not going to be like, all right, you have all these great players, step out on the court.
Some outlets are embracing Caitlin as the future. Others are trying to tear her down mid-season, claiming she's getting special treatment or unfair praise. You even had former legends taking subtle shots, talking about respecting the vets or how fame doesn't mean greatness. The implication was clear. They're threatened. But guess what? The numbers don't lie. The film doesn't lie. The fans, they see the truth. And when Clark goes out and drops 30 with 10 assists against top-tier defenders, it's impossible to ignore. What's wild is that some of the media personalities who doubted her are now jumping on the bandwagon. That's how undeniable her game is. Support from the legends. Not every vet is hating, though plenty of WNBA legends are giving Caitlin her flowers. Diana Taurasi, after her controversial comments, came around and acknowledged Clark's talent and impact. Sue Bird praised her vision and how she's elevating her teammates. Even Lisa Leslie recently said, Caitlin Clark is doing something no one else has ever done this fast. That's huge, because the smart legends understand. When Caitlin wins, the WNBA wins. They see that the attention she brings isn't just about her. It's about pushing the league into the mainstream, where it should have been all along. Changing the league forever. Caitlin Clark is not just playing in the WNBA. She's transforming it. She's raising the bar. She's pushing veterans to elevate their games. She's giving young girls a reason to dream about pro basketball careers. She's making the league a must-watch product. Something it's been struggling to do for decades. And while some are trying to bully her, knock her off her pedestal, or discredit her success, all they're doing is showing the world how powerful her presence truly is. Because every shove, every foul, every headline just adds fuel to her fire. And every time she steps on the court, she's proving she belongs in the MVP conversation. Not in 2027. Right now, in 2025. So what's next? If Caitlin Clark keeps this up, we're talking about one of the greatest rookie seasons in sport history, not just WNBA history. She's not just a future superstar, she's already the face of the league. And while the Bullies panic, the fans cheer louder. The arenas fill up faster. The ratings keep climbing. And Caitlin Clark keeps doing what she does best. Prove people wrong and make history in the process. Do you think Caitlin Clark will win MVP in 2025? If you're enjoying the video, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.